Very good. We are now live on SSI's Facebook. Very nice. Got it. Okay. Kartika, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Corinna. It's been a while we not see each other.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's so strange. It's so strange. It's so funny, especially because usually I always have a bunch of people that I see all the time.
Yes.
And now I haven't seen them in years. It's really funny, but we're getting back to a normality soon.
Yeah, hopefully very soon will be normal again.
Yeah, great. We're just gonna be here. We're gonna wait quickly a little bit just to make sure people can join the room. There's already 20 people in our room.
No problem.
Yeah, we just wait until 3 more minutes. So how's the weather in Indonesia?
At the moment in Bali is rainy season. So, but today I'm glad that it's not rainy, but yesterday was heavy rainy, thunderstorm. And tourists back, domestic tourists, thanks God. Thanks God, finally. So yes, I feel good actually.
It's giving you motivation when things start back up, right?
Yes.
It's the same for me when things slowly started coming back to real life, going away from Zoom all the time. I mean, we're in Zoom now, but so much Zoom.
Yes, exactly. Almost two years.
Yeah.
That's why when you ask me about FB Live, I'm more, know about Zoom than FB Live.
Yeah, that's why we make it quite nicely. We do it over Zoom. It works really well and works really easily.
Well, hopefully we can see each other for annual meetings very soon.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Because these annual meetings, all these meetings that we do usually in live, it gives you something to actually meet people. It's not the same to do it on a screen. It's just not the same. But yeah, like you said, things are slowly returning to normal. How is it in Indonesia? How is tourism? You just said domestic tourism is coming back?
Yes, because Indonesia from the beginning, they focus about how Indonesia can get the vaccine very quick. So thanks God this year, since March, if you are a really fully legal company, you can get your vaccine in priority from the government, all of your staff. And our SSI Indonesia staff, including myself and John, already had our full vaccine in March this year. So because Bali is 80% tourist industry, and government make Bali as a sample to get the priority of vaccine. And thanks God, from March to this month, we almost reached 100% people already got vaccine. So therefore,
that's amazing.
Open Bali to welcome domestic market to come. So yeah, at the moment Bali busy with domestic, but nightclub is already back. Last night even everywhere had a Halloween party.
Oh yeah, that's actually, we're in a really good topic today with mermaiding and Halloween. So happy Halloween, everyone that's watching on the 31st. Okay, great. So I see it's 8 o'clock in South Africa. That means it's 2 o'clock in Bali and 7 o'clock Central European time. Wow. I said to Kartika earlier, it's a bit confusing because tonight between 2 and 3 a.m. they changed the time in Germany and Austria, so Central Europe, to daylight saving time, which is apparently still a thing. I always every year they say they're gonna switch it off. Every year they say they're gonna switch off daylight saving, but they still keep it on. So good morning, everyone in Europe and everybody watching afterwards. Welcome. Today, our topic is mermaiding in Indonesia. So we have a Scuba Sunday Mermaid Special today. Welcome to Kartika Shepherd. Thank you very much for joining me today. And welcome everybody listening live, and welcome everyone listening later. We're really glad to see you. If you guys have any questions, you can just put them into the comments. We will answer them as good as we can right away. If you are watching the replay, then you can just let us know the questions in the comments as well, and we will come into the comments later to help you answer your questions as good as we can. Hi, Kartika, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Corinna?
I'm really well, thank you. I'm really glad to have you on our today's episode of Scuba Sunday. It's actually our first Mermaid Special. I've been here talking about scuba diving, cave diving, decompression diving, free diving, everything diving, but mermaiding, which is actually a little bit of my thing. So I'm really glad to have you. So Kartika, I'm going to just start straight off. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Tell me what brought you to SSI and how mermaiding, well, mermaiding we'll get into later. So just tell me about yourself.
Okay, my name is Kartika, and my last name Shepherd I got from my husband. John Shepherd is the SSI Indonesia owner, and I'm helping John running SSI Indonesia since 11 years. And now, because we already have a very good team, a very loyal team, from general manager to training director, accounting to taxation, now I have time to focusing in mermaid program. So yeah, that's about me.
That's really amazing. I'm so glad mermaiding has also started up in Indonesia. So because generally in Asia, it's a very, very trending topic, and it's something that's becoming very, very big, but even not just Asia, all over the world. So I'm really excited to have you on board as the main mermaid of Indonesia, really.
I can't wait to welcome you, Corinna. Maybe you can make me mermaid instructor.
we can mermaid together a little bit. So that's really, really exciting. So tell us a little bit more about SSI in Indonesia and how things have, I want to also hear a little bit how things have been for Indonesia and SSI itself, as we have all been struggling.
Yeah. Well, since this year, Bali is no international tourist at all, but we still renew around 150 dev center. Over 150 dev center, yes, because we keep all our staff on proactive in the domestic market. Many years I already mentioned to John that we have to not only focus in international, but domestic also very important, just in case you hear about long time ago about the terrorism, something like that. Just in case that happen, we still have a domestic market to help our business growing. And currently we have more active dev center than PADI in Indonesia, and issued more monthly certification than PADI in Indonesia. Reason for this, for years we focus not only for international, like I said before, but domestic through also translation our material to Indonesian, and training more local dive pro, domestic dive pro than our competitor actually. So that's help us a lot. Also, we part with the Indonesian community and always assist and support our members in time of difficult, such as we donate almost 600 million in earthquake fund, and also volcano support through the dev center. And it is our firm belief that we should be support our member in the good and bad times. So yeah, that's a little bit about Indonesia. During also the pandemic, we still survive actually.
This is really amazing. I know in our international meetings, we always take SSI Indonesia as an example because you
Thank
give so much
you.
back to your community, and you also work with the local tourism. And I think if there's
Yes,
one thing we've learned within these last 2 years is the countries and the places, obviously all the places that rely heavily on tourism have been hit very hard.
yeah,
But if they have been focusing on local tourism, the training centers that have been focusing also on local tourism, which can often be very difficult,
yeah,
much more difficult than international tourism, but those ones are the ones that survived.
yeah,
And those ones are the ones that are getting stronger and stronger by the day again. So it's really exciting to see that things are starting back up, and SSI Indonesia has done such a great job in really pushing and helping not just yourself to stay alive and keeping all your staff on, but also helping all the training centers to stay alive
yeah,
and giving them opportunities to really work hard and really manage to survive in a good way. So now when tourism comes back soon, not just local, but maybe even international tourism, then we can really see what Indonesia can do.
yeah.
It's
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
So tell me a little bit more about mermaiding. So how long have you been a mermaid for now?
Okay, well, to be honest, John made me mermaid. So a few months ago, he come to me and said, SSI Indonesia must push mermaid program, and then make this program also booming in Indonesia because he learned in China about this program. And at the moment, we also have 2 mermaid center that we need to encourage them how to make the business in mermaid growing. So yeah, he asked me to, how about you learn mermaids? Because he think I'm a good ambassador for SSI Indonesia Mermaid. But first time I doubt myself because I said to him, I don't think I can hold my breath underwater for a little bit longer. But then I forget I train kickboxing 3 times a week for almost 5 years now. And then I said, oh yeah, I fit enough, to try this mermaid. So we contact our mermaid center that we want to learn about, especially me as the owner wife want to learn about mermaids, so I can help them how to promote this mermaid program more booming in Indonesia. We can make example like China. And then, yeah, I learned this in July, and I'm now an SSI Ocean Mermaid.
So you got hooked. That's amazing. And
Yeah,
I
and
really
then,
much have to agree with John. Seeing all your pictures, it looks really amazing. And I
yeah,
think
and then I also impressed that when I learned first time in a swimming pool, and then for a few hours, and then I come back home, and John already a little bit worried that I will not gonna like it. And he think, oh no, who else I can make ambassador? And I said to him, well, I'm falling in love. I like it. And then when I passed as an ocean mermaid, I told him that, well, I'm falling in love. I'm obsessed about mermaid. If you can see in my office, everything now with mermaid, like my phone cover mermaid, iPad cover mermaid, my bag mermaid, everything about mermaid. And he's quite happy because I can help our mermaid center to, how we can make this booming in Indonesia, because they already have a market, but sometimes they don't know how to promote this program through and then how to brand awareness this mermaid program to some people. So yeah.
yeah, if there's one thing I can agree with is most people that try it, in my experience, having taught quite a few hundred instructors by now and lots of mermaid students, the one thing that everyone has in common, some people get like pushed into the course by their bosses, and they all sit in there like, I don't want a mermaid. As soon as anybody is in the water with a mermaid tail, they become a little child and they love it. They get
Yes,
obsessed with it. They get
that
so
happened
excited.
to me.
It doesn't matter if man, woman, child, whatever, whoever tries on a mermaid tail in the water, they have so much fun with it. And you said you were scared that you
Yes.
might not be able to hold your breath long enough. But the cool thing with mermaid is we really don't try to push our breath holds. If you're underwater for 10 seconds, you're underwater for 10 seconds. If you're underwater for 20 seconds, perfect.
Yeah,
So
no pressure about that.
yeah, and another good thing is in SSI we have all these freediving courses, so that's a really good thing. If you want to learn more about breath hold and want to stay underwater longer as a mermaid, then you can take an SSI freediving course and learn all the details and all the safety involved about freediving and breath hold, so you can then apply this to your mermaiding, which also makes it really great. So you kind of already answered my question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So why, or yeah, what? Now I'm going to ask you, what do you love most about mermaiding?
Oh, well, I love when I already in the sea, because you know, you don't wearing any mask, you feel free, and then of course because of female, I feel pretty with the dress, you know, surrounding by the beautiful fish, and that's the one I love it about mermaid. And then I post in my TikTok. I have 20,000 followers in TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
gonna have to go follow you.
and then some people like asking me about, oh my god, is that it's hard to learn or something like that. That's where I believe this mermaiding in Indonesia will be booming. And also if you already set your mindset positive, it will be booming.
Yeah.
So people only see the beautiful video, and some of them already like, I want to learn, because it's feel like, oh, it's so beautiful under the water, especially when you're wearing the dress as well. So yeah, that's the one I love about mermaiding. Plus you have also I have also mermaiding squad. We can go to every new spot together, have fun together, have a girly mermaid time together, and that's good.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what I really have to agree with you there is it's a really big trend, and it's only going to become more. And at the moment, it's gigantic in Asia. It's starting off in China, where it's completely blown out of proportions. In China, we have so many more mermaids than scuba divers in total.
Wow.
It's like a industry 3 times as big as scuba diving, which is so crazy if you
Wow,
think
I
about it.
want make Indonesia like them.
Yeah, and I mean, it's becoming more like this in Asia. And the funny thing is, people in Europe or in America might still think, oh, this is a funny thing, this is mermaiding, this is what the Asians do to dress up. But on another hand, any big trend that is happening in Europe or in America at the moment has been found in Asia before. If you just look at this obsession with K-pop and Korean culture, for example, and coming even into Chinese culture, and it's all swapping over. Just look at Netflix's Squid Game. It's everything's been blown out of proportion. So I think the rest of the world is to follow with becoming even more obsessed with mermaiding.
Yes.
And another thing is, like you said, so many people, like, they see it on TikTok, they see it on Instagram, and they think, oh, that's so cool, but they don't really associate that they could try it themselves. So that's what we're really trying to push with the SSI program, to make it easily accessible for everyone. And we now have a few thousand centers in the whole world teaching mermaid programs, which is crazy, because you can almost go anywhere and you can learn to be a mermaid.
Yes.
So why do you think mermaid is such a big trend and is becoming even bigger in Indonesia? What is it about mermaiding?
Well, in Indonesia, from the comment I received in my TikTok, actually there is a market there. You only need to promote this more, because some people still have no clue about mermaid. Oh, some people, you know, doubt about this, what this mermaid is, you know, like like before when SSI also have an idea about mermaid, maybe some people like, what's this? What program this? Something like that. So yes, there is a market in Indonesia already, easy to learn. You don't need to carry tank if some people don't want to do, open water or something like that. And some people in Indonesia dying to have a photo shoot or video shoot underwater wearing the mermaid tail. And that's already a market there. So of course, I'm thinking like, this is market that I will do hard to promote this one, because plus we have 2 mermaid center that we need to help. Also in Indonesia, there is a lots of model that now getting job to be underwater modeling, but they still don't have a skill about that. And then if you get the underwater modeling job, you get more check, you get more, fee. And according to the mermaid center we have now, that there is a market from model or famous celebrity try to do a mermaid, because they can get, like more business in mermaid program. So yeah. I believe this in Indonesia, and I want to see China as my, motivation. I will make this mermaid booming in Indonesia.
Oh, and you're already doing so much for it. I think it's really great. And the fact that you have 20,000 followers on TikTok is really cool. Yeah, and I agree, like mermaiding is such a big thing, and it's really up and coming so strongly, and it's a trend that people can really follow. And the nice thing that I like about mermaid is you can make it your own thing. Like if you want a super shiny dress and a long tail and everything, you can do that. But if you want to have it more down to earth and like strip down to the limits and be more natural mermaid, you can do that also. Yes. So you can really accentuate your character as a mermaid, which is really cool, because it's really difficult to do this in real life. Yes, you can do it through fashion and makeup and stuff, but you can't go in a full nightgown and to the grocery shop. So in mermaiding, you can really express yourself in the way you want to express yourself.
Yes. I even learned how to have my mermaid makeup,
That's amazing. So what do you think the future looks like for mermaiding in Indonesia and Asia in total?
Well, I believe the future will be booming, especially this COVID time. There is lots of dev center like gloomy doomy how they can make their dev center back again like before COVID. But if you can see the opportunity, like maybe some of them don't want to do mermaid program because they don't see this is a good opportunity. But if you can see the opportunity, this is good for also increase your income. If you have dev center income, like I said, we have more dev centers sign up during this COVID, and the last one we have yesterday, the wife of the new dev center is Chinese, and she wanna become a mermaid instructor, but because this COVID time, you still not able to travel. But she already built a glasses of swimming pool. So for me, the future will be good if you believe this program. Yeah. I mean, like some dev center don't want to do because maybe they underestimate. I mean, this is good additional new program that you can boost to make a new promotion for your dev center during the COVID time. Like some people in Indonesia, maybe they don't want to do open water at the moment because they still worried about the COVID thing, how they clean the the
mouthpieces and the regulators. Yeah.
But in mermaiding, you don't need to do that. You just maybe you just provide few dresses to renting or something like that. But yeah, for me, the future will be good, and I will not stop to encourage deaf center who at the moment like, I don't know what to do during the COVID. I have no guests. I love encourage people to, you know, switch your negative thing to positive thing, and then let's start doing the business. Yeah, so
Yeah,
mermaid in the future, I believe in Indonesia, it will be good business.
I 100% agree. And the nice thing about Mermaid is it's really simple. I can't say simple, but it's simple to start out in a way if you compare it to scuba center. To start a scuba center, you have to buy equipment, you have to buy tanks, compressors, all of that stuff. You have service investments and all of these things. In mermaiding, you really just need the tails and an instructor. And it's a really easy and low cost. You obviously have to buy good quality tails, but it's a lower cost of investment than anything else. And you really expand your market, because now there was a lot of people that were intimidated by scuba diving or free diving, and mermaiding tends to be an easier step in. And very often what we've seen in many countries is that mermaid is a step in for people, but then the people who did the mermaid course, they might also end up doing scuba or at least free diving to extend their breath holds. Because like you said, and like you're a very good example, people who try mermaiding, they get obsessed. They want everything mermaid. So it's really exciting to see that in Indonesia, the same thing is happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really, really excited about this. Now I have a more personal question for you. How many mermaid tails do you own? It's always a bit of a tricky question for mermaids.
Oh, wow. I'm not remember, but I have more tail than John Sue's. Yeah, John always remind my personal assistant, don't show Tika a mermaid website, a mermaid tail website. Yeah, because I can spend 1,000 at least just to buy a mermaid from China. And then because I love to promote this, and then I have my own team, photographer, video for upload in the TikTok. I have a good promotion team. I need more mermaid tail to do the photo shoot. Of course, this is investment for me.
Exactly. And I mean, what I always say is you have to try the different tails so you can give good tips to your customers and to the centers, which ones are good to buy and which ones are not.
Yes, exactly. And you do not need to hire an expensive model. You can be your own personal branding. That's why I always say, oh, I can be the model or something like that. You know, I love modeling. So yeah, I have more tail than John Shoes actually.
That is amazing. I also have a few, but I mean, the thing for me is I always travel so much, so I leave tails behind in different places. Still have a few tails in China, still have a few in the Philippines.
Okay, yeah, so you don't need to bring.
But yeah, tails is
fine when you eat in Bali.
Yeah, the amazing thing, one thing I'm very excited about is how tails have developed in the last few years. First of all, there's so many more producers of tails and fins. I mean, I am personally the biggest fan of the Mahina mermaid fins, which are like literally the best mermaid fins. I've tried most of them, and those are my absolute favorite. But then also tail skins used to be a really difficult topic when we started out, because it was almost impossible to get. So now Mahina has her own tail skins, but then you have amazing places in China like Seamade Design that make all these ridiculously beautiful tails. And like we said earlier, you have something for every taste. And I'm really glad that also a lot of the tail manufacturers are stepping away from putting like rhinestones and glitter and sequins on their tails, because, you know, that's the microplastic that will end up in the ocean.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
And glitter is one of those things that I really don't enjoy, especially in ocean mermaids. So I always make sure to really tell all my candidates and tell everyone to stay. You can be so beautiful. You can make the most beautiful makeups and have the most beautiful tails, even without glitter, or get biodegradable glitter, because that's even a thing now. But protecting the ocean is really one of those things that as mermaids, it's so important for us, right?
Yeah, that's why mermaid I think is good program, not because it will be easy to approach, but also we can deliver the message to the younger age to how from start now they can looking after the sea. And if they already try once, mermaiding, I'm sure they will be love it.
100%. And that's one of the main reasons I really got into the mermaid program for SSI. For me personally, I see it as such a great tool, especially for kids, like you said, to show them, if you're a mermaid, you live in the ocean, would you like a garbage truck to dump trash into your living room? So it really helps to resonate for kids a little bit better to reduce their impact and really try their best. And the cool thing about kids, my favorite thing about kids is if kids have an opinion about something, they will annoy their parents until their parents have to change.
Yes, exactly.
I know you have kids, so you probably understand what I mean.
Tools.
Okay, wonderful. So we've been talking about the business of mermaiding. I want to hear a little bit more what you think about the business of mermaiding and why you think it's such a big opportunity, especially for dive centers and training centers or people that are thinking of opening their own business in Indonesia.
Yeah, well, at the moment I'm ocean SSI Ocean Mermaid. Of course I cannot teach because I'm not instructor, so I'm waiting for you, Corinna. But that doesn't mean door closed. As I have a team and I see this a good opportunity, so I'm organized a mermaid trip, and I organize photo shoot and video shoot for domestic market. That's where I learn about how to give a very good makeup, look like mermaid makeup. So I fill myself first with more knowledge, like makeup, I can do makeup. Photographer, I have already team. Because I cannot teach yet, I organize this trip, and then a domestic market is the best target for this one. And if they falling in love and they said, oh, I want to become a mermaid, then I will recommend and offer them to our mermaid center. And that's a business to business. And then they love it because, oh, Kartika is SSI Indonesia. They help me to get a new customer. So for the start, to help them to grow is through from my market to go to the domestic that they want to have like dolphin tour, and then they want a photo shoot in the nice coral, because Bali has really many beautiful coral beach, and they love to have a photo shoot and video shoot for group. And some of them, they ask question about, oh, I want to become mermaid, oh, I want to become instructor. That's why the mermaid center push us when you can, when we can teach someone to become instructor, something like that. So yeah, they really push us about, oh yeah, Corinna have to fly.
So, we'll make that happen for sure.
Yeah. So of course, this business will be good for the center, like I said to you before. You can add this as a new program. If you have a new customer who want to learn about open water, then you maybe, and then maybe the partner or the girlfriend don't want to do anything while waiting their family, something like that, then you can offer this program. Like easy program, not difficult. You don't need to carry the tank. We can try first intro in the pool, and then if you like it, we can go to the ocean, something like that. So if the dev center can see this opportunity, this is really good for them as well.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And now the good thing about it is, if you have one partner in a relationship that does mermaiding and the other one does diving, now this one was before, because I didn't want to let them alone for so long, they could only do one dive. Now they can go on day tours, they go on day tours, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, Exactly.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And the thing about mermaiding, it's like we said, it's easy to start out with for a training center. And one thing that you yourself show so well is it's very marketable. You know, if you post a photo of people in scuba gear, there's very few centers that do this really well. It's difficult to make a scuba diver look really, really nice. But
Yeah.
mermaids, nobody will scroll past a mermaid picture on Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
Yes.
So it's so much more eye-catching and it's so much more special to market that it's really easy also to get customers.
Yes. Even
Yeah,
from
so
the early age, like one of our center, the Mermaid Center, doing really well because she's a mermaid before. She's a mermaid performer for a few years. And also because she always positive. She always see this is a good opportunity. So while the other dev center struggles, she's bring more mermaids. And then she also go to trip with the mermaiding squad or something like that. So yes, if you can see this is a good opportunity for your dev center, is really helping you to get more profit for your business.
Yeah, 100%. No, and it's such a great opportunity for everyone. And in Indonesia, there's not so many. You said you have 2 centers. So as soon as you get more and more centers, there's so much more opportunity. So it's really just starting out. We're still in children's shoes.
Yes.
So there's still such a big way to grow. There's so many opportunities for all the centers in Indonesia, really. So we're really excited to get that pushed off, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully you can traveling again, so we
And then
can also make a lot of mermaid instructor in Indonesia.
That 100%, and we'll see to make you self-sufficient. So maybe we can get some mermaid instructor trainers and things like that. So that would be really great. Okay, that really almost brings us to the end. I've got one last question. Oh no, actually I've got 2 questions. The one I want to ask before is a little bit about tourism in Indonesia, because I know the people that are watching live now or when they're watching this in replay, very often they're interested because we have so many customers out there with SSI that are so hungry to travel again and they want to know a little bit more. You said the vaccine rates in Bali are really high. So how about what are the current news of international travel?
Okay, the current news is we opened our border already for 19 countries. The problem is there is still no international flight to Bali, but we already opened the border. And the tourism department already collect the data why, even though we already open, because the quarantine cost is expensive. So when you already fully vaccine, you allowed to come to our country, but you have to do a quarantine in the hotel for 5 days. And not allowed to go leave the rooms, only 5 days in the room. And some of the comment from our dev center member, they have from their customer, the quarantine cost is quite expensive. So that's the problem at the moment. But domestic is come back.
Domestic doesn't have to quarantine.
Domestic no need quarantine as long as you can show your apps that you are fully vaccinated.
Excellent.
So in Indonesia, everywhere you're traveling, you have to scan the barcode because if not, you're not allowed to go traveling. Kid under 12, not allowed to go traveling, not allowed to go on the plane. So I'm glad that Bali now very, very busy. The traffic is going crazy because domestic already come back. In Indonesia, we almost, in Bali itself, maybe 99% already vaccine, but around Indonesia, maybe still 80%.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, that's why we are really happy that the domestic now come back to Bali and we feel like we alive again.
Yeah, that's really great. So at least you've got some domestic, and we really hope that potentially if the quarantine is lifted, if vaccinated people can get into Bali, you probably get the international tourism back really, really quickly.
Yeah.
I know people are missing Bali so very much.
Yeah. And then domestic also, some of them, they back going diving. So that's the good news for our members. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really good. Okay, well, which brings me really to my last question. And this is again a bit of a personal. What is your favorite spot? Obviously, it's going to be around Gili or Bali to mermaid at.
Okay, in Bali, I have two favorite spots. One is Liberty Shipwreck in Tulamben. It's beautiful. The fish, you know, when once you already in the sea, the fish come to you. They're like, oh,
they miss all the divers and people so much.
Yeah, but I try in some place the fish is, you know, stay away. And also a Japanese shipwreck, which is in Amet, not far from Tulamben. That's my favorite spot in Bali. But in Indonesia, we have many best spots. But because at the moment I don't want to do traveling yet, I just want to focus to help SSI Indonesia growing again from 18 months. You know, we survive.
Yeah.
But this time is the time that I need to build a strategy with my team. So at the moment only Bali I do mermaiding.
We'll definitely follow your travel through Indonesia as a mermaid. What's your TikTok handle so we can?
My TikTok handle is Madam Shepherd 45.
Madam Shepherd 45. So we'll check that out and follow you on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is
amazing.
the biggest social media at the moment, so it's really good for the business. So.
Yeah, we've seen the same. We've really been growing and enjoying TikTok quite a lot because a lot of customers also come to TikTok and Instagram. Really, it is for us.
Yes.
Exciting. Well, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Again, if you have any questions past this, we will also head into the comments. We haven't had any questions so far because we obviously covered our topic perfectly, and it's very early in Germany on a Sunday, so people might still be asleep. And it's the middle of the night in the US.
Especially is Sunday.
Yeah, so people might watch afterwards. So if you have any questions, we will be heading into the comments in the next 2-3 days again, just to make sure everything is answered. So we're very excited I'm very excited for this conversation. Thank you, Kartika, so much for coming and joining me.
Corinna, thank you so much to invite me.
And I'm really looking forward to coming to Indonesia again and pushing mermaiding.
Yeah, we got the Mermaid Center. We need instructor training program. Yeah, I think it's more in mermaid instructor. It will be more business for them as well.
Yes, 100%. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned on our Facebook lives. We will have a great amount of Facebook lives coming in the next few months to you about SSI and how to become a pro and being a pro. So that's really exciting. We really want to encourage a new job creation market around the world, becoming mermaid instructor, becoming scuba instructor, freediving instructor, XI instructor. We have a big wide range of professional courses available for you guys. So stay tuned about those topics. We're really excited to bring them to you in the next 2 months. And we're going to have a lot more Facebook Lives actually coming for you. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Kartika. And I'll see you everyone soon.
Okay. Good morning.